What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 100. Yes, here we are, we finally hit triple figures. And yeah, I'm so glad that you guys are still enjoying this series. We finally reached 100 episodes, and today we do have a special video for you as well. So what you're going to see in today's episode, well, we are going to be ending the Bundesliga season by playing all three of our remaining fixtures live. And we take on Borussia Dortmund in the biggest game of the season for the first of three at the Olympiastadion. This is the first game. This is the biggest game of the year, no doubt about it. Then we had a penultimate game of the season against Borussia Mönchengladbach, one of the informed teams this year, one of the surprise packages away from home. That will be a tricky test. And the final game of the season is against Hoffenheim at the Olympiastadion. So all three of these games are going to be live. You'll see them all. We're going to end the season, we're going to do a Q&A, it's going to be a lot of fun. And episode 101 will be the German Cup final against Schalke. Episode 102 will be the Champions League final against AC Milan. So hopefully you really enjoyed episode 100. 3 big episodes here. And as you can see by the league table, as we end the season off, there are 3 games to go. We are in front of Borussia Dortmund. We're top of the table by a single point with those 3 games to go. However, look at Borussia Dortmund's goal difference. Miles better than anyone else's in this division. And yeah, if the league does come down to that on the final day, I'm going to be gutted we lose it on goal difference. However, hopefully, touch wood, we can get the first win of 3 against Borussia Dortmund. Because of course, if we do that, if we do win the games, I'll put my phone on silent there. If we do win this game, we will open up a 4-point gap with 2 games to go. So this, it's the biggest game of the season. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's the biggest game of the season by far. If we win it, we surely won the title. If we lose it, Borussia Dortmund go in front by 2 points. The team's fine, isn't it? If we lose it, Dortmund go in front by 2 points, and they'll now be the side who are favourites to win. And is the audio fine? Yeah, it is fine. I just did, yeah, just a cut here. I did an episode of my PS4 career mode, episode 250, and for some reason the audio was really loud. The game audio was really loud, even though it's all set to 1. You could hear my voice, it was fine. But the game audio was a lot louder than usual. I don't know why that was, but it was really frustrating. But anyway, what I was talking about. Yeah, if Borussia Dortmund win, they open up a 2-point gap. If we win, we open up a 4-point gap with 2 games to go. And of course, if we draw the game, it will still all be to play for with the last 2 games, as there will only be 2 points separating us 2 teams. So, is it the biggest game of the season? Well, obviously, it's a massive, massive game. So, hopefully, we can get the win over our title rivals here, and hopefully, that will mean that we should be able to claim the title. Because if we do win this, Borussia Dortmund will not have to only win once, but also at least draw the final game, and we'll have to lose twice. Yeah. So they need to win both games, and we'll have to lose at least 1. Oh god, my mouse is terrible. Who knows? Basically, if we win, we're probably going to win the title. If Dortmund win, they're probably going to win the title. If we draw, it could be anyone's game. So there you go. But yeah, I'm going to try and make this episode, around an hour length. It's always very difficult to get it right in terms of video length when you try and plan it out. But I'll try and make it around an hour long. And as I said, I will be answering questions from Twitter. Thanks very much to everyone that asked me questions on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at @DocLanders. I highly recommend it. My link to my Twitter profile is in the description. Not only is it the best place to keep up with my videos, but also you can sometimes get involved in the series as well. For example, this year my Twitter followers decided to vote for Manuel Neuer to come in, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I highly recommend following me on Twitter. It's the best place to keep up with me and my videos, and there you go. So yeah, thank you to everyone that did ask questions on Twitter. Obviously I can't get round to all of them because I get hundreds, so it's very hard to do that. But I'll try and get round to as many as possible. So if I do miss your question out, I do apologise. There's not much I can do about that, obviously. But even so, I'll try and get round to as many questions as possible. And there you go. I also in the penultimate game of this episode, the second game of today's episode against Borussia Mönchengladbach, I will probably talk a little bit about plans for FIFA 15. Just ideas for series I have right now, and we'll take it from there. But we won't go too in depth to those because there's still a month to go until FIFA 15 comes out. So or a month and a week by the time you're watching this video. So we won't go too in depth. We'll have a little bit of a chat, but still, we are now underway, and hopefully in the biggest game of the season we can come out on top with a massive 3 points. But yeah, I'm actually really nervous because if we lose this game, there's no coming back. Like if we lose this, Dortmund have won the title easily. So we need to at least make sure we don't lose. You know, a draw is not disastrous by any means. Even though we've got a very difficult run in, it's not disastrous. But lose the game, and you know, we're screwed basically. There's a really good chance for Royce. Royce, you've been on form lately. Yes, terrible. Anyway. Let's get down to the questions, and the first question comes from Isaac Green, and he says, "Do you have a religion?" I don't. I used to be religious. I was not. I wouldn't say I was religious exactly. I'd say I was semi-religious, if you will. I believed in. I was a very devout believer in God and the afterlife. I used to wear a crucifix necklace. I wouldn't say I sort of formulated to one particular religion, but you know, for me, all I knew was for definite, you know, God existed, and there was an afterlife. When I was a teenager, that was my utmost, they were devout beliefs. What can I say? They were devout. You know, basically, if someone came up to me, if an atheist came up to me and said, "There's no such thing as God," oh, yes, no, there's no such, well, Noah is a bit of a god, so their logic's wrong there. But, you know, if an atheist came up to me and said, "There's no such thing as God, and there is no afterlife, and when you die, that's the end of everything," and so on, I couldn't conceive that in my mind. That wouldn't make any sense to me, do you know what I mean? I'd just sit there and say, well, I can't believe that. You know, I really couldn't. I was that devout in my beliefs, I couldn't even understand. You know, I could tolerate an atheist viewpoint, of course I could. You know, I'm agnostic now. I could tolerate an atheist, of course I could. I've always been tolerant of everyone's beliefs and non-beliefs, but I couldn't see atheism myself as the right thing. Like, for me, there had to be something. There has to be a God. You know, there has to be some kind of grand designer. There has to be an afterlife. Like, for me, the possibility of no afterlife, that was nothing. I couldn't. That wasn't even possible. That wasn't plausible. You know. So I used to be very devout in those beliefs, but quite sadly, quite unfortunately, I lost those beliefs. And like I said, I'm now agnostic. It was like, and that's the thing as well. I didn't lose my beliefs. I didn't just wake up one day and go, "Do you know what? There probably isn't a God." You know, I didn't wait. Oh wow, I didn't wake up like that. They just gradually slipped away from me, unfortunately, and I couldn't stop it from doing that. As much as I tried to cling on to my faith, and as much as I tried to stay devout with my beliefs and so on, they just went, and it was really, really sad. And you know, every day I think about death and the possibility of no afterlife, and you know, the possibility to know God and God in general and so on. And it makes me really sad, but I'd do anything. I'd give all the money I have right now in my bank account and then some. You know, I'd take a loan from the bank right now to somehow just reacquire my faith if it was that possible, if that was possible. But unfortunately, I just can't do it. But there you go. Still, it was really sad losing my faith. It really was one of the worst things that actually happened to me in my life, just losing my faith. So it was so important to me, you know, it really was. Anyway, next question comes, really dark there, but there you go. Next question comes from, as Kevin Volland turns his man. Come on, this is a good chance here. Kroos. Oh, he's tackled. Kroos, I love Kroos, but he's just a bit too slow sometimes. Next question comes from David Sampson. He says, "Why don't you rate your looks?" For me, it's difficult to be ugly unless you're Kanye West in disguise. Interesting comment there. No, it's all relative. At the end of the day, it's all relative, David. It's all relative. I think it's actually an interesting one to say. Actually, thinking about it, because yesterday Robin Williams committed suicide for me. Yesterday, Robin Williams committed suicide, and I read a lot of comments from people saying, what did he have to be depressed about? You know, seriously, what did he have to worry about, basically? In fact, Geordie, Wings of Redemption, did a really good video on it. He said, you know, basically depression is relative, and Rob Bonner cross, lovely. Depression is relative, you know, and so to the outsider looking in, Robin Williams could have had the ideal life, the perfect life, the happiest life ever. He had nothing to be depressed about, but it's all relative, you know, and to him it was all relative, and in his life he struggled, and that's how it is. It's, like I said, it's relative. Depression was relative, and for me, looks is the exact same. You know, looks are the exact same. A model could sit there and think they're ugly. A model who is paid to, not paid to look good, but paid to be photographed and basically be seen as sort of the ultimate in terms of attraction. They could think that they're not good looking, because you know it's relative, like I said, to how others perceive you, and to also to how you perceive yourself, and you're basically, oh, a chance. Oh, great save, Ryan Fella, Los Ogano, and also to who you want to look like. You know, I look nothing like I would want to, so that's why I don't like my looks. It's not a case of, you know, there's like a set scale of being ugly or attractive. It doesn't work that way. It's all relative, and there you go. There you go. I get asked that question quite a lot. It's kind of weird because people don't actually know what I look like. I mean, they can have a good idea. I mean, you know, my Twitter profile was taken in 2012, so that's not the best way to gauge it. But I don't really have like a clear photo from 2014, so I'm not really sure how people know for definite. But maybe you guys have got spy cameras in my room. That'd be a bit weird. Still, I do get asked that question a lot. It's very hard to answer, but hopefully I made some sense there. If I didn't, then I apologise. Come on, let's get the ball away. Not Benteke. Ah, something else. Noise ball. There we go. Oh, corner, okay. Anyway, next question comes from Jamie Creek. He says, what do you think about Rooney being given United captaincy? I'm not a United fan, so I don't know, you know, who would have been a better choice. Personally speaking, I would have liked to have seen Fletcher get given the captaincy, you know, after overcoming his illness and obviously being a loyal servant of the club. You know, Rooney's obviously spent, you know, obviously the vast majority of his career at United, so it's not like he's disloyal, but of course he has had incidents where, let's be honest, loyalty isn't the word you'd use to sum him up. But then again, you know, you could say that about Steven Gerrard, you know, I mean, Gerrard, as loyal as he is for spending his entire career at Liverpool, and everyone loves him for that, you know, people forget he did once say that he was wanting to hand into a transfer request so he could join Chelsea. That's a known fact. So, you know, it's the same with Rooney. Although he's been there the majority of his career, you know, every footballer is like this really, or the majority of footballers are like this. So, I don't think Rooney's a bad choice for the captaincy. I would have personally liked to have seen. Oh, surely, what on earth has happened there? How have I missed that? How have I missed that? What is wrong with what? How did that? What? He's 6 years. Oh my god! Is Lasogga just broken this year? Is it impossible for me to score many goals with him? Why has he played so badly this year? How on earth did I miss that? It's my fault. Don't get me wrong, but Jesus Christ, 6 yards out. I didn't put a ridiculous amount of power on it. Oh, that's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't think Rooney's a bad choice for the captaincy, but I would have preferred to see Fletcher get given it. However, you know, Van Gaal's a winner. He knows how to get the best out of his sides, and I'm sure Rooney will still be a good choice. I just personally would have liked to have seen Fletcher get given it. But again, I don't think it's a bad choice at all. But United fans, again, I'm not a United fan, so I wouldn't know for definite. But there you go. Next question comes from Tajani Lee. He says, will you ever do an Arsenal career mode? Who knows, possibly. And Ronnie says, where are we here? He says, what was your goal or dream when you were 8 years old? My goal and dream? I don't care. When I was 8 years old, I mentioned this before. When I was 8 years old, there were two things I really wanted to be. The first was a footballer, or just involved in football in some way. You know, maybe be a coach of some sort. But of course, at that age, you didn't really think about that sort of thing. So I guess footballer was the main thing. But I also thought it would be nice to be a princess because I was a very weird child. But I don't care, I mentioned that before, people know I'm weird, so there you go. But one of those two things, they're quite different career paths really, aren't they? Oh, that is so deserved, man. That is so deserved. It wasn't like it was a scrappy goal, but that is so, I can't believe Weidenfeller didn't get to that. He literally came out, that was such an easy piece of goalkeeping, oh man. Such a scrappy goal, but after Lasogga missed an open goal, I deserved that one. But, yeah, what was I talking about there? Yeah, I've mentioned it before. People know I'm weird. One of those two professions, very different professions, I think, being a princess and being a footballer. I don't think I do both simultaneously, but one of those two things would have been lovely. And unfortunately, I ended up doing neither, but oh well. I'm a very weird person. I was a very weird child as well, so that shouldn't be too much of a surprise to some people. Oh, wow, Benteke's in already. Yes, Neuer, you beast. I'm so glad I signed Neuer. He's so awesome. I'm so glad you guys let me sign Neuer as well. Come on, Volland, you're away. You're away. You're away. Kroos. Oh, no, it's Lasogga, actually. Lasogga. No, that's a terrible first touch. Next question comes from... well, I'll get to it in just a moment. Oh, Neuer. No. You didn't need to come out, you got older. I didn't want you to come out. Let's just put that in touch. Next question comes from Ben Story. He says, how do you feel about Millwall's start to the season? It's been good. It's the 13th of August for me, so by the time this video goes up, we may have played one or two more games, or, well, we certainly would have played one more game. It's been good. We beat Wickham last night in the Capital One Cup, as you'd expect. And as well, we beat Leeds on the weekend, 2-0. Very pleased with that. And it's been good, it's been really, really good. And obviously on the weekend, for me, we'll be taking on Fulham. By the time this video goes up, we've probably already faced them. And I'm going to that game, I can't wait. I've always wanted to visit Craven Cottage, and I can't wait to go to it. Despite Fulham's poor opening day defeat, you'd still fancy them to be the favourites, but hopefully we'll be able to get a result in that game. Even a draw wouldn't be too bad for us against a side that were relegated last year and one of the favourites to get promoted back to the Premiership. I'm looking forward to that game against Fulham, and hopefully we'll do well. But yeah, the first 2 games have done well for us. Holloway's done well, and obviously we've made a couple of good signings. I'm pleased with the business he's done. Obviously, Maguire Gay is a really good signing for us. I'm pleased with that one. And obviously, Briggs scored last night. He scored and got sent off last night. That's crazy. So I'm pleased with Briggs coming in as well. I think Holloway's done some good business, and yeah, it's been a good start. And hopefully it continues. Although now I've said that, we're probably going to lose on the weekend, aren't we? That'll be fantastic. Jinx in my team. That wouldn't be the first time. Come on, Royce. I'm going to try and body feint and get inside. Oh, no, I didn't even need to. Didn't even need to. Oh, what a goal. What a goal, Marco Royce. That is an absolutely lovely goal. A couple of lovely skill moves. A great finish. We're going to go 4 points clear. Oh, what a lovely goal. What a fantastic finish that was. I want to watch that on the replay. That was absolutely brilliant. Look at this. Takes out 2 defenders and a great finish as well. Anyway, next question comes from Chicken. He says, what is better, The Football Factory or Green Street? But please explain your answer. They're both terrible films. Actually, Green Street's not bad, but they're not great films, to be honest. But I'd say Green Street's better than Football Factory by a mile, but they're both pretty average films at best, to be honest. Next question comes from Felipe Cantante. He says, what do you think about the Portuguese league? Honestly, I couldn't tell you much. I mean, I know that in the past few years, Benfica and Porto have reached Europa League finals. That's great to see, but I don't know too much about the Portuguese league and the clubs in there, so I think it would be unfair of me to comment and say anything which I don't really know too much about. I'll get to the next question in just a minute, but we're 2-0 up now. We can't let this slip. Can't let this slip. Come on, that's yours, boy. It's yours, Roycey boy. Royce has been in such good form of late, seriously. He was amazing in the games against City. He's so overpowered on this game, it's crazy. I've never used Royce before other than in this career mode. And he's just so good. I mean, he really is. That should be... Oh, it's off the line. He's so overpowered. I always used to think, because even though he is overpowered, and I've known that from playing against him, other people using him, I've always known he's overpowered, but I thought for me, he'll just be another one of those players, just another good player, and that's it. But he's so ridiculously overpowered. It's crazy how good he is as a player on this game. He's one of the best players I've ever used. But even say, oh, no. Oh, it's off the post. Get the ball away. There we go. There we go. That was lucky. Oh, what the... Is that our ball? Is that our ball? Corner. Anyway, next question comes from Ollie, or Flexmaster. He says, do you think Legends need to be available on the PC and PlayStation, or do you think EA earn too much money for it being exclusive? Yeah, they do. It's, the fact that it's exclusive, they earn like, double or triple the money for that. So, yeah, it will be great seeing Legend cards available on PlayStation and for PC users as well. Obviously, I don't have an Xbox, so it will be great to see them on PlayStation and, of course, for PC users as well. But, they earn way too much money for it being exclusive. You think about the money that Microsoft would pay to make sure that Sony don't have it. It's a shame that this is how companies operate, but unfortunately, this is the world we live in, unfortunately. You'd like companies to say, oh, yeah, we'd like this content as well, but if our rivals want it as well, that's totally fine, we can share, basically. Unfortunately, companies don't think like that. It would be nice if they did, but they don't. Companies are very selfish and greedy, but of course that's why they're big companies, and that's why they succeed. They succeed by being greedy and selfish, and therefore they know that having something exclusive is a really, really big statement and a really big thing. So it's the same with like newspapers, for example, when they get exclusive scoops to stories, they know how important it is to make sure that their rivals don't get it. So I'd love to see Legends on PS4 and Xbox, PS4 as well as Xbox and PC as well, but yeah, it's a shame that EA earn too much money for it being exclusive, and it's a shame as well because PS4 doesn't seem to get treated fairly by EA. But even so, next question comes from Nick. He says, oh no, it's not Nick. Sorry, it's from Jack. Oh no, it's not. It's from Peter Prosser. There we go. Sorry, just getting through the other mentions there. It comes from Peter Prosser. He says, if Millwall weren't a team, who would you support? I would probably support Manchester United. My dad and my brother support Manchester United, so I guess they would be my team for me. I can't really, think about who I would support, to be honest. Like, I really can't, but sort of to start new, if you will, and then choose a new side. I can't think of who I would choose. Maybe you guys could choose a team for me one day, but yeah, I'd have to go with my brother and my dad who support United, so I'd support them just to keep them happy. Next question comes from Totti Boy. He says, why did you decide to start YouTubing? I've said many times before, it's just because I... oh wow, it's definitely a foul, isn't it? No, what a challenge badge to do. Oh, it is a foul, okay. I said before it's because of other YouTubers that did the sort of thing I would want to do, such as Dunkus and the Rad Brad. They cheered me up, and I wanted to cheer kids up as well one day. And just through doing YouTube videos, just brightening people's day, that was important to me, to give back, if you will. So I wanted to do that, and also because, well, there are many other reasons. I've talked about it before. There are many other reasons, but that was in my opinion the main one. But even so, let's make a sub because Royce is a bit tired. Oh, I don't want to see him pulling up a hammy. If we get one of these players injured, we're going to be screwed, because obviously these are crucial players for our running. So let's just make a triple sub, and there you go. But yeah, there you go. That's why I decided to start doing YouTube, mainly because of that reason, but several other reasons as well, which I've talked about many times before. Next question comes from George Brown. He says, what is it like to have 60,000 people watch you? Well, I have almost 60,000 subscribers, but certainly I don't get 60,000 views a video. I get about 5,000 views a video or something like that. So, it's cool having that amount of people. It is bizarre to think about it. So I'm going to go over halfway line goal here with you, Shield. Go on. Nah. It is bizarre to think about, 60,000 people. That's like the size of the Emirates, isn't it? It's like having all of my subscribers, filling out the Emirates Stadium, or basically probably filling out. It's probably like 1,000 or 2,000 more, but it's something like 60,000 the Emirates, and that's crazy, isn't it? To think about them, basically filling out a whole stadium, a whole football stadium like that. Is absolutely ridiculous for the amount of people that have one day saw a video of mine and thought, yeah, he's worth subscribing to. It's crazy. It's surprising to think of that, but at the end of the day, I don't think about it too much. I don't think about it too much. I tend to just carry on as normal, and I don't sort of get drawn up by the idea of sort of thinking about becoming a bit more of a, not an internet celebrity, but a bit more known in the FIFA community or things like that. I just get on with it, really. It's totally fine with me. It doesn't influence me in any way. So there you go. I'll get to the next question in just a moment, but I want to see out this game first, and I wouldn't say it's won us the title, but it's certainly going to give us a big boost. So let's hope we don't throw it away. We shouldn't throw it away now with a 2-goal lead. Come on, Badstuber, make the tackle. Yes! Oh, no, still... Oh, wow! What a cross! How did he get the ball in there? Neuer, get back on your line, get back on your line, get back on your line! Oh, what a block, Kevin Volland. That's that high defensive work rate, gotta love it. Next question comes from... it's probably a terrible pronunciation of your name, I'm sorry, but I think it's Bilal Ahmed, and he says, who is your favourite super video? PS, love your vids. Thank you very much. My favourite superhero would be Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I don't know why exactly, but I'm not really one for sort of superheroes and comics and things like that, but Spider-Man I've always liked. I don't know what it is exactly. I've got the Spider-Man PS1 game, which is absolutely awesome. I grew up watching Spider-Man on what was the TV network? I can't remember what it was on, but I grew up watching The Adventures of Spider-Man, and was it called that? Something like that, the 90s version anyway, or the 80s version, one of the two. And yeah, I always really liked Spider-Man, and he would be my superhero, my favourite superhero. And wow, 2-0 victory. That was a pretty comfortable game. There were some scares here and there, but that was quite a comfortable game. The Soga ended up hitting the bar from an open goal, which I'm not happy about. That is so embarrassing. You guys are going to be laughing at me all day. But still, pretty comfortable game. And now with that 2-0 victory, as you can see, they did have some good chances, but Neuer played quite well too. Now, as you'll be able to see, we are 4 points clear with 2 games to go, which means 1 win means we win the title. So hopefully we can go ahead and do that. That will be a very good win for us. That will wrap up the title, and I'm very pleased with that. So Dortmund basically need to win both games, to be honest, and we know we've now surely won the title, as long as we don't have a complete meltdown. But yeah, I'm really pleased that I thought, that would probably be a really tight game. We might just end up with a draw, but the idea that we were able to get a win from that game, and not relatively comfortably, but, we were still the better side, was very good, and I'm very pleased with that. So hopefully now we can win the title with this game against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and I'll be very pleased. So, For this game, we'll start off by talking about a few FIFA 14 things. Wait, have Dortmund played yet? No, they haven't. So what I need to do is get their goal updates on, so I know what's going on in their game. So for this game, for the start of this game, what I'll do, I'm going to duck the half length down to 4 minutes. For this game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about FIFA 15 plans. Talk a brief bit about that. Why am I showing the slides? I showed this a minute ago. I'll talk a brief bit about my FIFA 15 plans. We'll discuss those a little bit. And who are Dortmund playing? Frankfurt. Okay, they should win that game, but still, we should win this game too. So we'll talk a little bit about FIFA 15 plans, and we will also let's take our badge deal for Robin. We'll be okay with that, and let's let Herman play ahead of Sam. And yeah, I'm okay with this. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about FIFA 15 plans, and we will also go back to the questions at around half time. So basically, in my PS4 Career Mode episode 250, I did mention that I was going to be talking about some more FIFA 15 stuff in this episode of Next Gen Career Mode. I do have a few things planned for what I would like to do. Quite a few things planned already, which I will discuss, but I'm still going to keep a few things private because, of course, by the time this video goes up, there'll still be like a whole month until FIFA 15, so I don't want to give everything away right now, and obviously I don't particularly want to particularly say I'm definitely going to do something when it might just be a slight possibility. So, you know, I'm going to give you a few things that I'm already planning, but I also keep quite a few things to myself as well. Now, I'm actually going to take a quick drink as well, just because I'm really, really thirsty. Oh, man. I don't know what it is about live commentaries, right? My voice gets so, like, my throat just gets so dry, and I always feel like I've got snot just bunging up my nose, and I can't talk properly, and I always need a drink. It's awful, really, but even so, right, so yeah, so for FIFA 15, like, I do have some plans, and again, I won't give too much away, but basically, you know, the main thing you guys have been asking, you know, in live streams I've been doing, and, you know, just on Twitter and in YouTube comments, the main thing I've seen you guys ask is, what team are you going to be starting your career mode at next year in FIFA 15? And, you know, it's okay to ask that question, but you should probably know by now, I always let you guys decide, you know, it's your choice, not mine. So, basically, oh, that would be lovely. Basically, you know, as for what career mode team I'm going to be doing, I've got a few teams I'm already thinking of, but ultimately it will be your choice. You will be able to choose the team I start at with a poll. So yeah, there you go. The teams I've been thinking of, I'm not going to give all of them away, but I'll give you 3. Basically, I've been thinking about, you know, whatever happens, I'll be starting off in England. The reason being is because it's so much better for me, because obviously football knowledge is, wow, what a chance here, because there's a man in the area, and if I can pick him out, oh, it's away. It's away. Away. For English, best for football knowledge, and I always think, you know, career modes, foreign career modes do okay. I mean, this career mode's done really well, a lot better than I thought. Foreign career modes do, you know, do alright, but really, I think career mode's where the YouTuber starts in his country of origin tends to do better. You know, I really do. So I'll definitely be starting off in England. But 3 of the teams I've been thinking of, I think I'll choose 5 to let you guys choose between. But 3 of the teams I've been thinking of, well, one is a championship side, and that is Fulham. So you can choose a side that got relegated from last year, which is Fulham. I'd like to do Fulham because obviously, you know, they're actually a team you guys could have chose last year as well. Fulham, I'd like to do Fulham because, again, they're a nice club, and their ground is, again, I'm going on Saturday, can't wait to visit. Their ground's a ground I've always wanted to visit. It's a lovely old stadium, and it's a shame that stadium won't be in FIFA 15, but it's a shame that's the case. But still, you know, Fulham will be a team I'll choose for one of the 3 of the straw poll. I will also choose between Burnley, so a newly promoted side in Burnley, and the other side, well, there's another one from the Premiership I'm thinking of. I'm not sure which one to tell you. I'm definitely thinking of doing, but basically, definitely Burnley, and definitely oh, let's go with the diving header. I think that was the first diving header I've scored in FIFA in this career mode, and he puts his hand to his ear to shut me up. Oh man, I think that was the first diving header I've scored in this career mode. That was lovely. So yeah, definitely Burnley and definitely Fulham. They're both getting put into the straw poll. As for the other one, what team should I tease you with? What else I'm thinking of doing? I'm not sure. There's a couple from the Premier League. Well, there's a few actually that I'm thinking of doing. But what other team should I tell you guys about? I want to tell you about one of them, but one of the problems is another YouTuber does them. Yeah. Actually, will I be able to do that? Because another YouTuber does usually do them. Well, anyway, I'll say it. One of the other teams is Newcastle United. The reason I'm probably not going to put Newcastle in the poll is because the Master Bucks does a Newcastle career mode, and there's nothing wrong with doing a career mode. That's the same as another YouTuber's. Obviously, there's not at all. But one of the reasons I don't want to do that is because I think a lot of people are subscribed to me and Masterbucks as well. And therefore, I'm not really sure whether you guys would want to see 2 Newcastle United career modes. So I probably will put them in a poll eventually. But yeah, I'm not sure about that, but definitely Fulham and definitely Burnley, and most likely Newcastle as well. But there are several other teams I'm thinking of as well right now. But basically, as I said there, I am definitely going to be running a career mode next year. Whether it's what team we start at, that's not to be decided yet. But I will be starting a manager career mode right from the off. So there you go. That's definitely going to happen. As for an Ultimate Team Series, I will be doing an Ultimate Team Series, obviously. Oh, what a save, Neuer. I will be doing an Ultimate Team Series, obviously. And I would like to bring back a series I did in FIFA 13 called Our Squad. And basically, not a lot of you would have been subbed to me back then, but basically, in Our Squad, it was a series where we built squads together. And basically, I would choose one player at the end of a certain episode, and you guys would choose a player at the end of another episode. And we basically build a squad together. And I kind of like the idea of doing that because it makes it interactive. And it's good fun. That's a penalty. It's good fun. So I'd like to do that as well. So I might bring back Our Squad, but I'm not sure yet. But I'll definitely be doing an Ultimate Team series regardless. I think for me, I really like online gaming, and although career mode is what you guys prefer, and I do what you guys want most of the time. I do want to do something I enjoy as well, and I would like to do an Ultimate Team series. So I think doing an Ultimate Team series would be good fun, and yeah, I think doing Our Squad again would be good because it's good to get you guys involved in videos. It really is. It's very hard as a YouTuber that plays a week in advance and specifically mostly does offline gameplay. It's very hard to get you guys involved in videos like I would like to. I like the interactive side of YouTube, and it's very hard to get you guys involved in the videos. But in Our Squad we can do that because we can just choose players together. So I would like to do that, and maybe we will, maybe we won't. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm definitely going to do an Ultimate Team series regardless. Oh, come on, let's get that ball away. Don't. Oh, I knew it was going to far post cross it. That was poor. That was really poor. I was hoping the AI at the far post would have marked him, but even so, that was really poor defending by me. Knew it was going to cross it. Shouldn't have been drawn into that. But yeah, I'll definitely do an Ultimate Team series. As for a player career mode, I don't know. Player career mode for me gets worse and worse every year. EA just don't do enough of it. Do enough on it, I should say. So player career mode, I don't know. Like, I don't like the idea of doing series which, that they could be better, but because of the limitations in the game, you can't do much yourself. You kind of need EA to do better things for you. What a save, Kraft. But I might do a player career mode, but let's just say it's not something I'm giving a great deal of thought to. It might happen. I might do another player career mode, but probably not, at least not from the beginning regardless. From the beginning, my main thing I'll be doing is a manager career mode, and I'll also be looking to do an Ultimate Team series right from the start as well. So maybe a player career mode later down the line, but certainly not to begin with. Oh, that was offside, wasn't it? Well, it's not counted, but what's he given? A foul? Well, he was offside anyway. But I mean, okay, advantage. Yeah, I was going to say, why did he play on? I forgot his advantage. Come on, get the ball away. Get the ball away. Get the ball away. Come on. Don't want to concede right before half time. Consider a 2-goal lead. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Yeah, as for oh wow. Oh, Robin, bicycle kick clearance off the line. What's going on? I've completely lost it right now. It's 2 goals up. Robin, what a decision to play in. Badstuber can't do that. Oh, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just about survived to half time. That was crazy. Borussia Mönchengladbach came all guns blazing there. As for other things, Football Manager for me, I don't know how it's been doing on YouTube. I haven't even uploaded the first episode yet at the time of recording this commentary, but Football Manager, I really enjoy it, so I might do some FM15 videos when the game comes out, but it depends on whether you guys have been enjoying the series or not. I don't know, obviously, but okay, Dortmund are winning, okay, so we need to win as well, really. So yeah, Football Manager, I might do Football Manager, but I'm not entirely sure. But as for other FIFA content, I mean, the reality is, there isn't really much else to do, and I know it sounds like a bit of a bit of a cop-out, but it's the truth. There isn't really too much you can do, you know, other than career mode, other than Ultimate Team, and you know that's basically it really. There isn't really much else, you know. I mean, you know, I said this in my 250 episode 250 of career mode. Who wants to see a skill game series? You know, I would like to bring back a season series. I did a season series in FIFA 12 and FIFA 13, and I really enjoyed those. I think seasons is a really underrated game mode, and I would like to do that. It's just I'm not entirely sure whether you guys would enjoy it as much as I would. Do you know what I mean? It seems like it's one of those things which I really enjoy doing. Like my World Cup series, for example, I absolutely loved it. You know, it's you know, it's in my opinion the funnest thing I've done during my channel this year. I had so much fun making the episodes, playing the episodes, commentating over the episodes. I really enjoyed it, but you guys just didn't take to it, and that's okay. I'm not saying you have to, but I really enjoyed it. It was a shame that you guys didn't take to it, and I think that's one of the worst things about my channel for me. It's just, you know, as much as I love the subscribers I have and all that, it's a shame that you guys have different opinions on what you consider the more preferred of series. You know, for me, online gameplay is much more fun to me than offline, but you guys prefer offline. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just a shame that it means that sometimes I'm doing videos and thinking I'd rather be doing something else really, but even so, yeah, those are a few ideas I've had anyway. So you got 3 career mode teams that I'm thinking of letting you guys choose in the poll. I'll definitely be doing Burnley and Fulham as well. I'll definitely let you guys choose between those 2 teams. As for the other 3, not decided, but Newcastle will probably be one. If they're not, then there'll be another 3 as well, which you guys will be able to vote in. And also as well, oh yeah, a few people have asked me whether I'll do a Leicester career mode. I won't do a Leicester career mode because El Dinero is doing a Leicester career mode, and I know both me and him have a lot of mutual subscribers, so we don't want to run the same career mode, and he's obviously he's got a soft spot for Leicester, and that's cool, and I wouldn't want to wouldn't sort of rival his series, if you know what I mean. I'd never do that. So there you go. Let's get that ball forward and try and run forward with Kroos. Come on, Kroos. Come on, Kroos. Come on, Kroos. This could seal the game here because there's a man on the edge. Man on the edge. Man on the edge. Oh, it's going to get past Volland. Never mind. But yeah, that's my my career mode, sort of a couple of shortlisted teams, and also as well for Ultimate Team, I'll probably be running our squad again. I really enjoyed that in FIFA 13, and that was a lot of fun. It gets you guys involved. You guys can help me build teams and stuff, so we'll probably go ahead and do that. And if not, then maybe just another Ultimate Team series, and also as well, like I said, possibly a season series. I'm not sure, but those are some ideas for FIFA 15, and hopefully you guys take to it. You know, it should be good fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys enjoy my FIFA 15 content. You know, you guys have really enjoyed my FIFA 14 content, and of course I'm very appreciative of that. My channel's grown very well this year, and I'm very, very thankful for that. So, you know, I'm very grateful for you guys as subscribers, and I hope you guys enjoy my FIFA 15 content as much as you've enjoyed my FIFA 14 content as well. And we'll have to wait and see, but still, it should be good fun. It should be good fun. Come on, Royce. We could seal the game up here. To go a bit too far, didn't I? Okay, corner. Anyway, let's go back to the questions to do the rest of the commentary with, and we'll answer a few more questions and have a bit more fun, because I should have been in the game there. We should be about to win the title with this game. We are almost there. Almost there. Let's make a couple of subs. Hummel's off. Omre Chan can come on as well. Oh no. Don't want to see any players get injured. Let's take off Royce for shots. The key players anyway, and you shield for the Saga. Here we go. Anyway, let's go back to the questions, and hopefully that's a bit of a teaser for you guys. What are we doing in FIFA 15? Should be good fun, and hopefully you guys are excited. Anyway, let's go back to the questions. The next question comes from. I don't really want to do any. A lot of these questions are predictions, and I don't really want to do those because I'm totally fine giving predictions, but a lot of people get a bit uppity if I say something bad about their club, and I should say I'm wrong most of the time, but I don't want to really offend anyone, so I won't do too many predictions, but I'll leave that there. But I'll get to another question in just a moment. I need to make sure I don't concede whilst I'm looking the other way, because as you guys know, my computer screen's the other direction to my my TV screen. That's one of the worst things about doing the live commentaries. My neck gets strained so much just turning right, turning centre, turning right, turning centre. Oh, come on, let's get that ball forward. Let's just get this ball out of play first so I can answer another commentary. Right, let's just come forward quickly. Kroos. Volland, who's that on the overlap? Who is it? Herman the German. Herman. Herman. Okay. I need to actually get the ball out of play because the ball hasn't gone out of play for like 5 minutes. So yeah, because I don't really want to take my eyes off the screen and concede. You guys can laugh at me, but I need to actually find a question as well first because I don't need to go on. There we go. Okay, so the next question comes from. Jeez, I can't find anything. I really can't. The worst part is, you know, as appreciative of the questions I am, a lot of them are the same, and I've already answered them. And oh, what I say, Neuer. And a lot of them as well are questions about football and predictions. And one of the worst things about that is, like I said, I tend to try and avoid them as much as possible because I don't like saying something and then having people basically disagree, and not just disagree, but find some kind of offence in what I'm saying. So that's what. Well, what? Why would you blow up there? Seriously, I can understand from just coming over the halfway line. I was about to go one-on-one. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, we win the game, and that does mean we've won the title, but even so, that's ridiculous. Still, we have won the title. A hat-trick by Lasogga has sealed it. Oh, that is ridiculous. I'm annoyed. I've won the title, yet I'm annoyed, because that should not have happened. Oh, man. Neuer was in form on that game. Seriously, what a fantastic performance. We win the game. Lasogga hat-trick seals it, and Dortmund won theirs, so yeah, it's all over now anyway, because, you know, we're still 4 points clear of the game to go, so very pleased we've won the title, but even so, Res, come on now. Oh man, another player added to the transfer list because I can't afford to give him a new contract. Yes, we've won the title, very pleased. We'll play the last game obviously, but we'll just use our reserves, and we'll answer some questions as well. So I'm very pleased. We've won back-to-back titles, and the first trophy of 3 is down. So hopefully we can go ahead and win the final game of this episode, just as a warm-up for the cup finals, and that'll be fantastic. Anyway, I'm so annoyed about that, like I really am, because that should not have happened. But even so, what are you going to do? What kit am I supposed to put Hoffenheim in? The white kit or the black kit? White kit's probably better, isn't it? Oh Jesus, can't believe that, seriously. Anyway, let's rest the entire side, because of course we don't want to see anyone get injured for the finals. Anyway, I'll answer a question whilst I'm going through the team management. Next question comes from Josh King. He says, what do you think about the Christy Mack War Machine incident? What do you think of her asking people to donate, and is it right? I don't know too much about this. Apparently, Christy Mack is a porn star. So, not the most ethical of professions, but a profession regardless. Apparently she's a porn star, and I think I'm right in thinking she was the woman who got beaten up by her then boyfriend, who is what is it, an MMA fighter, something like that. So, yeah, like, it's obviously very sad, and, you know, you feel very sorry for her. But asking people to donate, I'm not really sure what they're donating to. Again, I don't know it completely, so I don't, you know, I may be saying things which are wrong here, and that's totally fine if I get it wrong. But I would imagine they're asking. Actually, I don't know. What would they be donating for? I don't understand. That's odd. Well, regardless of such, it's obviously very, very awful, and it's a traumatizing incident for her. And obviously, you would hope that she recovers from it. And it's a very, very awful thing. What can I say? Other than that, really, it's absolutely terrible. But yeah, it's a shame, really. It's a real shame. Like I did, you know, this is the right incident, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's the right incident I'm talking about. But this is something which a lot of people have been saying. You know, she's a porn star. She works in the adult entertainment industry, and therefore, you know, she sort of deserves it. And I can't understand why people would say something like that. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, it's awful, and obviously you hope that she recovers, and it's obviously a very traumatising incident for her. So hopefully it's not something which will emotionally cripple her, and hopefully she can sort of bounce back from it, if you will. It's a terrible thing to say, isn't it? But you know what I'm trying to say here. I'm not good with words, but it's awful regardless. It really is. What am I actually doing? Am I trying to? Have I rested the entire side yet, or what am I doing? Vollen die shield, Vollen Scholz, Cam, Zellem, Gnabry, Sartar, Knock, Young, Baumann. Dan Costa, Werner, Herman, Ivajai, Dix, yeah. Yeah, why did I go through it like 5 times? I already knew what I was doing. But yeah, it's awful for her. I feel very sorry for her. Again, I don't get the donations thing. I'll have to look into that myself. I'm not sure what exactly she's asking donations for. If she's sort of, was going to say fundraising, that's not the right word to use. If she's getting donations for victims of the similar type of abuse, then that's fair enough, but I'm not really sure what the donations are for, so yeah, it's not nice regardless, and hopefully she recovers from this traumatizing incident. Anyway, I made hard work of that question, didn't I? But hopefully you guys understood what I was trying to say there. Anyway, the next question comes from... Jeez, this guy's asked me like 50 questions, hasn't he? Anyway, next question comes from Shmakabara. He says, would you ever go to Australia? Australia is that type of place which, like, on the surface, it looks like a great place to visit, a wonderful place, beautiful cities, fantastic environment. But then I sit there and think, there are really deadly poisonous spiders out there. I'd rather avoid that, you know. So, yeah, Australia does look kind of cool, but I don't think I would go personally because it's just it's a country I could do without going to because I'd be just terrified of going into the outback and getting bitten and strangled to death by poisonous snakes and spiders and shit. So there you go. Next question comes from Enigma Ayo. He says, what are your views on wrestling, real or fake? Does anyone still think wrestling's real? It's an entertainment industry, wrestling. It's as fake as... I was going to say something weird, but I won't. It's fake. Of course it's fake, but it's good fun, so it doesn't matter, you know, seriously. It's not a sport, it is fake. Obviously there are competitive wrestling, which is real, that's fine. But if you mean like the WWE, if you will, of course that's fake. But there is competitive wrestling, which is an actual sport, but that's just for the entertainment, and it's just a load of fun, really. There you go. Next question comes from... Ped FIFA. He says, I'm starting a series in FIFA 15 like your PS4 career mode. Any tips? My tips for you would be to just have fun with it. I mean, just genuinely just have fun. Don't go in there and try and please the masses. Don't go in there and try and do something completely unique and completely off the chain, completely bizarre. Just go in there and try and have some fun, you know. Don't worry about what other people say. Don't worry about, you know, having to try and please everyone. Don't worry about trying to be unique, trying to be original, trying to do something that no one's ever done before. Just go in there and have some fun. That's my my honest recommendation to you. And yeah, there you go. But I just realised I didn't put Ginter on the bench, didn't I? Because I wanted him to lift the trophy. Oh well. I'll let Schultz lift the trophy actually, because Schultz has been... in fact, Schultz is the only player that is still been at Hertha Berlin throughout the entire career mode. That's true, isn't it? That's true. Did I even play Schultz? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, there he is. Schultz is the only player that's been stayed at the club since the start of the career mode. So, yeah, I think Schultz deserves to lift the trophy. So, good. Good, I'm glad I made him captain. Anyway, what was I just talking about there? Yeah, so basically just try and have fun with it. Just try and have fun. Try and enjoy what you're doing. And, you know, because if you enjoy something, you'll want to do it more. You know, it's the same where I was talking to someone the other day, about the gym and working out, basically. And basically, you know, this person is one of those typical sort of gym rat types who's always like, oh yeah, no pain, no gain, man. You know, gotta push through, gotta work through it and stuff. And you know, I don't buy into that. I really don't, because, well, like I think Terry Crews actually said it best when he said like it's not true, but it's not. Wow, what has happened to my defence there? Jesus, it's something you should look to avoid, that kind of phrase, because if you get pain through doing something, your chances of doing it again are going to drop. You know, because you don't want to experience that pain. So, you know, what I would say with this guy, sort of a relative sort of that's 1-0 free header, absolutely lovely. What I would say to this guy is, you know, go in there and try and have fun. Because if you have fun and you enjoy what you're doing, you're going to keep wanting to do it. You're going to want to do it more, you know. And it's the same with that kind of gym aspect, you know. The no pain, no gain thing. That in my opinion is just rubbish, you know. Seriously, you should go in there and have fun. Because if you have fun at the gym and exercising like that, you're going to want to do it more, and you want to go there more, you know. You know, getting pain through what you're doing, that kind of no pain, no gain aspect, that's going to put you off, in my opinion. That's the same what I would say to this guy doing his career mode. I would say try and have fun with it, because you'd want to do it more. So there you go. I probably made no sense there, didn't I? But even so, I'm sure the guy understands what I'm trying to say. Just have fun, basically. Why can't everyone just have fun nowadays? Seriously, I think YouTube's getting to a stage now where people seem to be on this sort of mentality of we have to have something original and unique. I don't get that. Like, why can't you just have fun with what you're doing? Don't worry about what others are doing. Worry about what you are doing, you know. Oh well. Go on, you shield, cut inside. Oh, that would have been a penalty had he gone down there. That would have been a penalty. There are so many questions right now that are like predictions, and I don't want to answer those questions, because if I do, I know I'm going to say something like, oh yeah, I think United will get top 4 and Liverpool will drop out, for example. You know, it's not like I'm saying I necessarily believe that. Oh, okay, I'll say something else. You know, maybe Swansea will get relegated and Hull will stay up. And people are like, oh my god, you're so wrong. You just know nothing about football. That's why I don't like doing predictions, because people just get so uptight about football predictions, man. Seriously, I get most things wrong. Don't even worry about what I'm saying. Seriously. Oh, it's a good chance here. Oh, no. Why? Gnabry stop running there. He would have been through. Seriously. I can't believe we're going to win all 3 games. I thought we'd have a draw, probably even 2 draws, and win this final game, but still, that's absolutely crazy. Anyway, Samuel, otherwise known as Sam United, says thoughts on marijuana and the people that use it. Marijuana is just such a difficult subject to talk about, because, you know, one person will be like, yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with it. It's the same, you know, it gives you the same effects as this, and this is legal and that's legal, and basically they'll do everything they can to defend it. And it's a really sort of hot topic. You know, one person's they're either extremely for it or extremely against it. It's like, yeah, it shouldn't be illegal, it's ridiculous that it's illegal, it should be legalised now, you know, it should never be legalised to begin with, and so on. Like, you know, they're really extremely for the legal use of it, whereas some people are really against it. It's like, no way, man, seriously, it's got to stay illegalised and so on. You know, it's not illegalised in most, in all countries, but it's in most, and so on. And, you know, people are very, very sort of passionate and vocal about their views, which is why I try to avoid it. But, you know, for me, it's something where, you know, far post. No, it's something which can be used as a medicinal. You know, you can have medicinal marijuana, and, you know, it's not, you know, terrible. It's not terrible. It can be terrible if you abuse it. And, you know, I think what I would encourage people to do is don't listen to what I would say about marijuana, but go and listen to people like Russell Brand. You know, Russell Brand was a drug addict, and he says he's an ongoing recovering addict, and go and listen to someone like Russell Brand's opinions on substances and, you know, the legality of them, and I think you'll probably get more of a better sort of understanding for them than listening to me talk about them. So I'd rather not say myself my opinions on it, but I think Russell Brand will be a very interesting person to listen to, and his sort of views on what he believes it should be in terms of legalisation. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, next question comes from. God, I have literally, I go through all of these questions, and like 9 out of 10 are predictions. Next question comes from Robert. He says, do you think the EA access will affect your channel growth as you can't upload early? If what I believe this means that for PS4, the season ticket means you will no longer get early access to the games, it is massive. Like, it is huge. To a non-YouTuber, you won't understand how big this is, but it is huge. To put it into perspective, my FIFA 14 Norwich City career mode was the first, completely true, the first career mode on YouTube. Not gonna lie, it was the first one. I uploaded it straight away. I made it really quickly. It was the first career mode that was on YouTube at the time, and it's got so many views. It got so many really quick views, because people just searched for FIFA 14 career mode, you know, straight off the bat, and mine was the first to pop up, because at the time it was the only one on there. And it's huge. What can I say? I wouldn't have grown my channel the way I have now if I didn't have that boost in terms of views and subs from the first few days of having the game before most other people. So it's massive. It's huge. It's an absolutely massive thing, and it's gonna affect me in such a negative way, and I'm absolutely devastated by it, because, you know, again, I'm not 100% sure on this, so I might be wrong. We still might be able to get early access with the season ticket. I don't know. I'll have to do some more research into it. Oh, no, and we'll find out, you know, more details ahead of time. What a save, wow, both my goalkeepers are on fire right now. We'll find out more details ahead of time. But if it is the case, and early access for PS4 users is no longer going to be with a season ticket, and we won't be able to play the game early before Xbox users, it's going to be huge, and it's genuinely a massive blow for me and anyone else that is exclusively on PlayStation. So I'm absolutely gutted, and hopefully it isn't the case. But if it is, yeah, I'm absolutely gutted. So it's a massive blow. Still. It's one of those weird things. Like, when I say things like that, I'm always worried what people are going to think, because if you're not a YouTuber, you probably won't understand just how big of a deal it is. Like, to people watching this video, if you're not a YouTuber, you probably sit there and think, who cares? Like, seriously, it's like 3 or 4 days and no one cares. But it's massive. As a YouTuber, it's genuinely massive for your upcoming channel targets, and basically how you want to sort of grow your audience. It could be a massive boost for you in terms of views and subs, like it was for me last year. It is huge, and I always worry that people won't understand just how big of an effect it can have. But even so, the next question comes from Dom, and he says, opinion of a life sentence not meaning spending your life in jail. What should punishment be for homicide? Well, I don't think I'm really, the right person to judge what the punishment should be for homicide. But a life sentence not meaning spending your life in jail. The reality is, I talked about this before. I think that people don't seem to understand that prison is not just a place for criminals to be taken out of society's harm. It's a place for rehabilitation, and I think a lot of people forget about that. It's about rehabilitating these men and women back into society, and basically that's why when I get frustrated when I see things like, the typical Daily Mail reader, for example, would say something like this, something like, oh yeah, this guy got sent to prison for 10 years and he's out in 5 with good behaviour, and they'll say things like, well, why should good behaviour matter? If you've got a 10-year life sentence, you should serve all 10 years, and I think that's absolute rubbish. Like, that's seriously rubbish. The whole, well, I don't want to get too sort of vocal about this, because people have different opinions. That's totally fine. So if you disagree, that's fine. But the reality is, if you're showing good behaviour, and that is one of the main reasons why your prison sentence may get reduced. If you're showing good behaviour, it means that the rehabilitation program that you're in is doing the job, and it's working, and therefore why shouldn't your prison sentence get reduced? I don't know. Like, it's a really sort of sensitive topic, and it does divide opinion. That's why I'm not going to go into it in too much detail. But for me, basically, I get frustrated when I see people failing to understand that prison is not just a place to take criminals out of society's harm. A lot of people just look at prison and think, yeah, well, they're behind bars now, and that's good. These criminals are out of our way, that's fantastic. They don't seem to understand it's from two sides of the coin, So, again, I'm not going to go into it, to be honest. I'll leave it there, but you guys know my opinions. I'm very liberal, and that's just how it is. Anyway, next question comes from Jack. He says, if humans died out, would we evolve again from apes? It's a very tricky question. Would we? You would argue, well, there's arguments to be made for both sides. Logically, yes. I mean, you would imagine, yes, obviously. There's no reason why we wouldn't do it again, but it's difficult, because I mean, I would need to ask the question, why would humans die out in the first place? That's to answer that question, you need to ask that one and get the answer to that one. Why have the humans died out? Tell me why the humans have died out. Because if the humans have died out, you'd imagine the apes would die out as well, surely. But yeah, I guess it's hard to answer that question without asking like 10 or 15 follow-up questions. But even so. Arib says, why are YouTubers allowed to coin sponsor when your average Joe can get done for buying coins? Don't they know it's illegal? Sensitive topic. The reality is EA don't care, and I hate to say that, but they don't, and it's just how it is. Basically, the reason why us as YouTubers are, allowed to promote coin sponsors if we so wish to do so. I don't promote coin sponsors. But the reason why I'm allowed to if I want to, and why I'm allowed to get away with it, is because EA just don't care. They really don't. Basically, if we market the game, we promote the game in the way we do, why does it bother them, basically? When you think about how many copies of FIFA someone like KSI has sold himself, it's huge. Like, YouTube is a huge thing for getting a publisher's game on the market and being a source of promotion. So, for me, basically, I'm obviously not really that big enough to make too much of an impact, but I do know some people have brought FIFAs because of my career modes. They thought, they'd like to have the same experience as me. So basically, I'm making EA money, even though I'm technically making money off of EA's game. I'm basically making, they're they're making money off me as well, because I would probably influence 1 or 2 people a year to buy the game if they've had doubts about whether they're going to or not. And when you think about KSI with millions of subs, Matt HD Gamer passed 1 million subs, and the Penfest 500,000, you know, Cal Freeze and Tobias Gaming and people like that, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they market the game so much. This was a shocking game. They market the game so much that, of course, people are going to be interested in buying the game. And so if we promote coin sponsors on the way, well, so what? You know, why do they care, basically? At the end of the day, it's not right. I do agree. If coin sponsors are something which is illegal and EA shouldn't, you know, promote them, then, of course, they should crack down on it. But are they going to do that? Of course they're not. You know, they're a company. They don't care. That's the way it works. So it is sad, and I agree with you in a certain sense. If coin sponsors are, you know, wrong, if you will, and EA are supposed to be against them, and it's not legal, for example, then of course they should be cracking down on it. But at the end of the day, are they going to do it? Of course they're not. That's not in their best interest. They don't care. So you got to accept that. But even so you saw us lift the trophy there. Schultz got to lift it, and he is indeed the first player, or the only player I should say, that's been at this club since we took over. Every other player is a new player. Actually, I want to check that. Is that true? New. Well, Lasogga's on loan. Can we count Lasogga? I guess he's still new. New. Not new, he was Schultz, yeah. New. He started his career here, but even so, new. Yeah, every single player other than Schultz. He's watched his entire squad get picked apart. Jesus. Anyway, so to end the episode off, because we've just got past the hour mark, which is great, because that's exactly what I wanted to do. We'll end the episode off by doing a squad report, as we've now entered a new month. And, well, we've already done a squad report. I think we have. Well, we'll go through the squad report anyway. We'll end the series once we've ended the season. We'll show our squad report anyway. So I'll show it regardless. You can take a look. But still, that is going to end the episode, guys. So the next episode will, of course, be the German Cup final against Schalke. And then we have the Champions League final against AC Milan. So look forward to those 2 games. They're going to be fantastic. I can't wait for them. I hope you guys are excited for them as well. It should be really, really good fun. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like, because it is much appreciated. And of course, it really, really does help my channel out. And I will see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon, which will be episode 101, which will, of course, be the German Cup final against Schalke, as we look to make it 3 German Cup wins in a row.